Hey guys, welcome to this little tutorial I've put together for a 3D movement or free walking movement chip. Really quite simple to put together. Today I'm going to teach you how to do this. You can see Sackboy moving around here quite seamlessly. Instead of jumping in between the layers, he can sort of run in basically a 3D movement. Follow along with this tutorial and you can build one for yourself. It's like I mentioned, it's quite simple. I'm going to take you through it step by step. Anyway, without any further introduction, let's get started. So before we begin, let's go through the logic that we're going to be using here today. So we've got a broadcast microchip, an advanced in-out mover, a direction splitter, a direction combiner. We've got a NOT gate, we've got an OR gate, we have a character animation tweaker, a character rotation tweaker, and finally we've got a controlinator. So these are all of the pieces of logic that are going to be involved today. It looks like a lot, but once we start putting it all together and assembling it and breaking it down, you'll see that it's really not all that complicated at all. So again, just follow along with the steps that I'm going to show you, and you'll see how easy it is. So step number one, we're actually going to take this broadcast microchip and put it on a piece of hologram here. So we're going to start off with this, and we're going to go into the broadcast microchip and change it to all in range. We're going to change the maximum detection range to infinite, so take it all the way down, and then we're going to change the layer range to 16. So they're the three steps that you need to do before we do anything else. Next up, we're going to take the controlinator, and this is where the majority of the logic is going to be housed for this build. So the controlinator itself, we're going to change a little bit, edit a few of the features inside there. So let's have a look at that. So we're going to change it to a receiver, and we're going to change it to controlled by nearest player. And there we go, step one complete. So next up, we're going to take a few pieces of logic. We're going to take the advanced in-out mover, and we're actually going to change the speed to 4.5 because that's around about Sackboy's sort of movement speed. And we're also going to change the option there to not allow pushing. We're going to take the direction splitter there, and then we're going to take a couple of animation tweakers right here. So we're going to place two down there, and then we're just going to take the up down on the left stick and plug it into the advanced in-out mover and the direction splitter. And then we will take the direction splitter, so we'll take that top one there, plug it into start stop on the top one, and then the bottom one, we're going to do the same thing there. And that's step number two complete. So let's move on to step three now. We're going to take a look at these character animation tweakers. So let's go for the top one. And we're actually going to change it to default rotation, yes, and we're going to change the yaw angle to 180. So there we are, 180, and then we're going to go into the animations, go to core for Sackboy, and then we're going to take it all the way down to fast walk. That's what we're looking for. And that's it, we don't need to edit anything else in there, just leave everything else as it is. And the second one, we don't change the override rotation, we just put it to fast walk. That's it. That's the only thing we change here, nothing else. And that's step number three complete. Right, so with all that being said, the actual basic animation is finished, but you'll see here that he doesn't kind of sort of rotate very cleanly. It kind of, just trying to demonstrate here, you see that how he moves from side to side and he's kind of still moving backwards without turning a little bit. So this is where that extra piece of complexity that I was talking about at the start comes in, but again, it's not very complex, it's quite simple, so I'm going to take you through it next. Alright, so starting off, we're going to take the direction combiner, we're going to place that down right there, and then we're going to take another, we're going to take an OR gate, put that down underneath it, nice and simple so far. We're going to take a NOT gate, place that down by the OR gate, and then finally we're going to take one more OR gate, place that in front of the NOT gate. I'm just going to move these back just a little bit because we also need to make room for the character rotation tweaker. So we're going to hook these up next and I'll show you what to do with that. Okay, so next up we're going to take the left, right and plug it into the direction combiner like so. and then we're going to do the same with up, down, plug that in, and then we're going to do exactly the same thing with that OR gate underneath. So there we go, left, right into there, and up, down into there. The next thing we're going to do is take that OR gate and plug it into the NOT gate, and then we're going to plug the NOT gate into the bottom input for the OR gate there. Going to plug the OR gate into the side of the character rotation tweaker, not the bottom or the top, and then we're going to take the direction combiner and plug that into the OR gate as well. And there we go. That's the next step complete for this. Okay, so there's a couple of things we need to tweak here. So first of all, we're going to tweak the direction combiner and change this to anglify inputs. And then next, we're going to take the character rotation tweaker. You can see it's already at 180, we're not going to change that. And we need to change this to positional. So, yeah, no other option will work here, it has to be positional. So, as long as you've done those two things, we should be good. So we've got the left here, and then we've got the right here with that other added layer of complexity I was talking about. Okay, so with all of those things hooked up, let's give it a little test. There we go, you see how he sort of smoothly rotates around in a 360-degree sort of motion now, instead of it being a bit janky. It kind of looks a lot more smooth now, so that character rotation tweaker makes all the difference there. So again, if you hook it up the way that I showed you in the video, you'll get a you'll basically get exactly the same effect here. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. So just as a optional little extra, we're going to actually put down a camera here so you can you know, get a better view of what's going on. Again, you don't really have to do this. I just like to add this into the build, but you can get a nice sort of clear angle. Just going to adjust the player tracking so that as Sackboy moves around, it really locks onto him there. Look, so there we go. Yeah, you can see there how he moves around in a really nice smooth motion now. And yeah, like I say, that's pretty much the build complete. As I mentioned before, really simple. Just follow the steps exactly as I showed you in this video, and yeah, you yourself can also have a 3D movement walking chip. So yeah, there we have it, guys. That is pretty much the build. So you can see that we've just used the left stick entirely to control all of this. I will say, just remember to put it all on a broadcast microchip, otherwise it's not going to work. You can do basically the same thing with Sackbots as well, but this is how you do it for the player specifically. So if you want to build a level around sort of you know, Sackboy being able to move in between the layers seamlessly, this is how you do it. So yeah, I just wanted to take a second to say thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more videos and future content, and yeah, thank you, and see you in the next one.